SPHEREx has a new Mosaic tool. From the main SPHEREx Data Explorer page, there's a tab that says Mosaic tool. You can put in, just like in any of these other interfaces, you can put in the name of a target, or you can put in a position. Then you need to put in the size of the mosaic that you want. You can have a minimum of 6 arc seconds, which is a single SPHEREx pixel, and a maximum of 5 degrees, because eventually you're going to get something that just takes forever to run. As in so many other cases, you want to change the units before you change the number, because if you put in a number and then change the units, what it will do is convert the number that it finds there. Then you can put in the rotation angle of the mosaic that you want and the mosaic pixel size that you want. The default is 9 arc seconds, and that's best for most applications. Note that it will respond to the numbers that you put in and draw the size on the map. So you can drag that over so that you can see it better, and you can zoom in if you want, and you can draw it interactively if you don't want to specify it this way. By default, it gives you the full range of wavelengths in SPHEREx, and by default at this time, it's the default SPHEREx channels. You can also change the name of the job if you want. I'm just going to leave it as SPHEREx Mosaic and submit. You can explicitly send it to the background. Now, if you get into the tool and that's the only thing you do, it's a little disconcerting, because not only is the Mosaic tab empty, of course, because it doesn't have a mosaic yet, but all these other tabs are also empty because you've got nothing loaded. Even when you have a mosaic that shows up in this tab eventually, all those other tabs will still be empty because nothing you've done allows the tool to populate those tabs. The mosaic jobs don't take too long, certainly not in comparison to the spectrophotometry results, but it turns out that I already have a mosaic that I've run before, so I'm going to click on this to load the mosaic. The results have 3 different HDUs: the image, the number of hits in that part of the sky for that wavelength, and any aggregate error flags that have accumulated. I'm going to leave it on image. Each one of those HDUs has 102, in this case, wavelength planes. So you can scroll through the wavelength planes and you can see the image change as I scroll through the planes. There's going to be some interesting artifacts that show up. This is a result of the total amount of data coverage in this wavelength regime and the emission lines, in this case telluric emission lines, that affect this wavelength regime. You can read the documentation to find out more information about this in particular. If I keep scrolling, you can see there's more interesting things that you can see in the images and more instrumental effects as I scroll through. And now we're back to the beginning. So you can do some interesting things too. This drill extraction tool, you can ask it to combine an aperture of 1 by 1 pixels, 3 by 3 pixels, 5 by 5 pixels, or 7 by 7 pixels. What this is doing is a blind poke through the data cube. So when you pin that, it's going to give you a spectrum, but something that's sort of not quite a spectrum, because look, that is in megajanskis per steradian. It is against wavelength, but it's still in the same units of the mosaic. So it's not exactly a spectrum. It's a quick look spectrum. So getting the mosaic cube done does not take very long, especially compared to the spectrophotometry. Poking through the cube also does not take very long. Is it doing fancy spectrophotometry? No, it is not. Is it giving you a quick look as to what these spectra might be if you went through the work to do better photometric extraction? Yes. So this is giving you a quick look of what the spectrum might be. And then you can decide whether or not you want to do the work to actually feed the spectrophotometry tool the more detailed parameters it needs to do a more detailed spectroscopic extraction. So definitely go play with the Mosaic tool, because there's a lot of really cool data there.